Wake Up RipCity because the Blazers have more basketball to play this season, I guess. This is the Wake Up RipCity podcast. I'm your host, Alex Moore. Alongside me is Jay Gliss. We're coming off the worst Blazers loss of the season. Incredibly frustrating. And we still decided to hop on the mics and talk about this one. Gliss, the Blazers lose to the Pelicans last night. Normally I have the box score up. I've got the stats up, ready to talk about them. I don't have them up today, Gliss. I don't really want to look into the stats. It was a frustrating loss last night. How are you coping this morning?
I mean, I texted you last night, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of pissed off.
Yeah, Gliss was pissed. Gliss was pissed last night. And that's honestly totally fair. You know, you and I were both watching the games. We both take notes during the games. And I'm just like looking over my notes this morning from last night. I stopped. I think about, I don't think I took any in the second half. It's just transition defense is horrible. Didn't stop the ball. Tumani, 4 fouls. It doesn't seem like the Blazers will win. Those are my notes. So, I mean, it was terrible, man. It was a terrible loss.
You know what? The play that stands out to me is at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
When they had that transition, they got the dunk.
Oh,
and,
yep.
Yeah. And then Jeremy Grant, like, there was no effort.
Yeah.
Like, I even remember watching the replay. There was no effort in, when that three was taken and the guy was, he was like
Bryce McGowan's former Trailblazer.
Yeah, he was like 5 feet out of, beyond the 3-point line. And Jeremy Grant, he looked uninterested. And basically that was the entire fourth quarter for me. Is they just didn't look interested in the game. Mentally, they were not there, and it was super frustrating to watch. Honestly, like.
And Gliss, I'll let you talk a little bit more about that, but. And you're going to hate me for this. This is the Wake Up RipCity podcast, and we start off every episode with a positive, and I'm not letting you off this episode, Gliss. And I'm not letting myself off either. So, like I said, we wake up on the right side of the bed every episode because, I've been on the internet during games. I've seen the game threads. There's so much negativity. People are talking about, what lottery pick you guys should we pick? Should we get this year? All this stuff. Just based off one loss to the Pelicans now. It was the worst loss of the year. But we can still take some positives from this game. So, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first, sir.
Okay. How are you waking up on the right side of the bed?
Right side of the bed. I mean, we've been harping on this so much. It's just they just don't have the roster right now. And so sorry, my dog's in the background. It's just there's not a lot to be negative about because of the fact that they just don't have the roster right now. So when I watched that game last night, you texted me before the game. You're like, no centers, no point guards. It was like, this is what they're working with. So, I mean, until they get some guys back, it's just not, is what it is. Like, there's not a lot to take away from it because of the fact that they just don't have the guys. There's no Drew Holiday. There's no, there's no Blake Wesley. What's that dude on Memphis? Alvarado?
Yeah, Alvarado.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Alvarado.
He made me miss Blake Wesley so much because I was like, he was like that guy. It's like. Yeah.
It's a good comparison for sure.
Yeah,
but Gliss, I will say this, and just to push back on your positive a little bit, which I don't even know, what I'm doing at this point, but still, to push back a little bit, was the Pelicans roster last night that much more talented than what the Blazers put out?
Absolutely not. No.
And that's where I think the issue is. It's like, even with the Blazers, okay, yeah, they're missing like 8 guys last night. There's something like 8 guys on the injury report, which is insane. And I texted you before the game. I said, no centers, no point guards. Blazers played with all forwards basically the whole game, right? Besides Up RipCity and Caleb Love. But even so, that was a Pelicans team that is frankly not very good.
No.
And you can't look at that roster and be like, oh, they're more talented than the Blazers, even with all the injuries. So that's where it becomes, I think, disappointing.
So frustrating. I mean, it's the worst loss of the year for sure. Just like I said, I felt like I needed to turn the game off because it was so frustrating. And just the lack of effort. Mentally, they just didn't seem into the game against a team like that, where it's like, honestly, that's an easy win. Like on the road,
yeah,
that's a game you got to win. Like if you want to be a playoff team, there's no question about it. You have to win that game, and to get blown out like that, it was super frustrating. Shout out to, because I know some people were commenting on the YouTube a couple days ago how positive we are. So I hate to go I hate to go the other way.
Gliss, I got some positives too. I've got some. Okay. I'll wake up on the right side of the bed too.
All right, let's do it.
I think you probably know what I'm going to say here, but Ryan Rupert has the best game of his NBA career last night, and if it wasn't for Rupert, I mean, this game
incredible. Yeah.
This game might have been over in the second quarter. I mean, Rupert was fantastic. He was hitting his shots, taking his open shots, which is another key thing. He was attacking the paint. He looked confident. It was really exciting. This was kind of the Ryan Rupert that I think Blazer fans have been waiting for a long time. So it was fun to see him play. And then Sidy Cissoko had a great game too. Yeah. And I'll say, I don't think I've been hard on him on the podcast, but I am, when I'm watching the games, mentally I'm like, oh gosh, Sidy Cissoko minutes. I have those moments in my head, oh, we're starting Sidy Cissoko. But I will say this, that guy was put in a pretty tough situation this season and has really come out and shown that he's an NBA player. And it's very exciting to see that. And I honestly would not be surprised if when the Blazers come back to full health, Sidy Cissoko still gets minutes off the bench.
No, sure.
Chris Murray has not impressed this season, has had a couple moments, but for the most part, his shot looks terrible, has made some bad decisions with the ball, costly turnovers. So I would not be surprised to see the Blazers at full health, to see Sidy Cissoko take over those minutes coming off the bench in the wing spot. But those two, man, they were great last night. They were great. And I have in my notes too, I think I was like, oh, this seems like a great game where Caleb Love or Up RipCity could get hot and, keep the Blazers afloat. That did not happen. But Ryan Rupert and Sidy Cissoko both played really well. So that's definitely my wake up on the right side of the bed. But, like we both said, a lot of negatives.
A lot of negatives, but I like your I like your take on that because he was impressive actually. And my best friend was texting me. I can't remember what game it was. It was on the road trip, and he was like, WTF. Caleb Love missing shots, and he did not have a good shooting night last night. And he's like, I'd rather see Rupert. And then I was like, honestly, Caleb Love is a young guy. I don't mind it because the Blazers, let's face it, their biggest weakness is 3-point shooting. And so I don't mind having a guy like Caleb Love getting a shot because he is kind of a streaky, kind of reminds me of like a John Starks kind of guy. Like when he gets going, But I like Sidy Cissoko, fucking Ryan Rupert, like
Yeah, no, for sure.
Full transparency, Alex.
Yeah.
I did have a drink this morning because I gotta go to work tonight.
We got drunk gliss on the pod today.
Because I see you laughing, and I'm like, all right, let's just put it out.
Hey, I mean, let's be honest. If there was a Blazers game to drink afterwards or in reaction of, last night was the night. Gliss also is a healthcare worker. He works nights, so I respect it.
I'm taking care of people.
Yeah, he's taking care of people. So, Gliss, I wanted to go over some more of my notes from the game because I just think they're funny. Here's one of my notes from last night watching the game. It does not seem like the Blazers will win this game. I said that in the first quarter. Just look at the personnel right now in the court. And this is a 5 that was on the court. Sidy Cissoko, Ryan Rupert, Jeremy Grant, Duop Reith, Caleb Love. I have been a little bit confused by the 5s that Tiago Splitter has been putting out there.
Same.
I don't understand why there's a 5 out there that, one, doesn't have Sharpe or Advija out there, especially when they don't have a true ball handler. It's agree. So I do think Tiago Splitter is losing me a bit in that sense with his lineups. Now, obviously, it's a difficult situation. He's been thrown in the fire. Injuries are piling up. He's not. This is not an easy coaching gig. To put it lightly. But to see that 5 out there, I'm just like, where's the offense going to come from? Now, he did get offense from Rupert. He did get offense from Sidy Cissoko, but it's like, man, those
are not guys that you expect.
Exactly.
That's not what you're planning your game plan around. It's not.
There's no true creator in that 5, and Jeremy Grant did not have a great game.
And honestly, Deni, they kind of contained him.
Yeah, they
did. He still put up some numbers, but in terms of what we would expect from him, like we spent, the last podcast that we recorded, I kind of talked about the fact that he's like, the points are kind of, expected at this point.
Yeah.
And last night they kind of shut him down. I'm not gonna lie. Like they did a good job defensively. You could see his body language. He was frustrated in that fourth quarter, and that's what it really came down to. Like for me, when I was texting you, when I got kind of pissed off, it was like that last 5 seconds of the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter is where I was really like, man, they just don't seem mentally into this game, and I don't think there's anything more frustrating as a fan. Like you can live with a buzzer beater, or where the shot's contested, or like a game where they're actually playing hard and they just come up short. But what's frustrating as a fan, I think more than anything, is where you're watching the game and you're just like, man, these guys look mentally checked out, and this is not fun to watch, because they just don't. This is a game they should win, and they're getting blown out by 20 points.
Yeah. And that's why it's the worst loss of the season, right? I mean, just those reasons that you underlined there, exactly. And in a game like that, when there's so many missing personnel, it's important. I always look early for, like, who's the guy who's going to step up, right? And for the most part this season, it's been Deni. But last night I was like, okay, it's got to be someone. That's why I said, okay, this could be a good game for Love or Reith to start hitting some shots. But unfortunately, that guy never stepped up last night. There was no one who I was like, okay, this they're going to put us on their back. They're going to create opportunities. They're going to create shots. And it just never happened. And, it's going to be the case where Deni's not going to be able to do that every night. I think he's been really great this season at finding his opportunities and fitting into the offense and, taking on a large role and large expectations to lead the team. But there's going to be nights like that where he's getting, trapped, double teamed. They're, creating that wall in the paint where he can't attack as effectively. And he's going to give the ball off, and the next guy has to come up and hit those shots. So it did not happen yesterday. So
yeah.
All right, Gliss.
You know what it reminded me of? I like to play. I play 2K. I play online. My player, like in the. So I'll run some pickup games with some of the other, and sometimes it's just like the dudes are just like passing constantly, and I'm like,
yeah,
what are we doing here? Like,
yeah,
it's like, there's no flow, there's no offense. There's no way around it. It was by far the most frustrating game I've watched this season.
Yeah,
they should have won that game, and probably pretty easy, even with the injuries and the squad that they had to put out there. But I mean, like, come on, Jeremy Grant, Deni, Shaedon Sharpe, like, that's a game they should have won on the road, and to get blown out like that, it was super frustrating.
We are frustrated here at the Wake Up RipCity podcast. Gliss has been drinking. We're in shambles today on the Wake Up RipCity podcast.
Hey, let's put it into context. I got to go to work at 6 p.m.
Yeah,
that
makes it better.
Yeah. Like,
no, I know. I'm just messing with you.
No, it's
all right, Gliss. Short pod today. Anything else to add before we hop off?
No, I mean, I still think there's a lot of winnable games in front of them.
There you go.
And let's end it on a positive note. Like, the only thing that is a little gives me some hesitation is I don't really understand, like, some of these injuries. Like, we're not hearing a lot about Drew Holiday. We're not hearing a lot about Scoot Henderson, like, who hasn't played a single game this season. So, man, it feels like they're just, like, getting kicked while they're down.
Yeah.
So I just wonder when we can get some of these guys back, because that is the key. I mean, if they can get somewhat healthy, then I think this Blazers team is going to be pretty damn good. Like, I think they're going to compete every night and have a chance to, make some noise when we get later in the season. But we're just like, they just don't have the roster right now.
Yeah, completely agreed. And the Blazers have been pretty quiet on these injuries. I have seen lately that Scoot's been doing some not contact activities, but has been shooting and has been practicing, has been doing basketball activities. Matisse Thybulle is getting ready to come back, I'm pretty sure. And then Drew Holiday is the same. I don't think any of the three of them are doing contact activities yet, but they are doing basketball related activities like, shooting and things like that. So you would hope you get those three guys back, man. I mean, that's a complete game changer. 3 guards on this team? I can't even imagine having 3 guards. That'd be insane. Oh my gosh. So hopefully that does happen soon. But we'll of course keep you updated here at the Wake Up RipCity podcast. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. We love all the comments have been so exciting and so great, and we love interacting with you guys. So please keep them coming. It's super fun to kind of have this community around us as we continue to build this thing, and give us suggestions, give us feedback, criticize us. We take it. I mean, we want to become better. So that's just the truth. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep up the Instagram page, Gliss. I think we put all our energy into YouTube, but if people think that we should, then maybe we will keep it up. But I think I'm putting it all into YouTube at this point, and so I want to create a community here. So if you do follow us on Instagram, I'm sorry, subscribe to us on YouTube, and you'll see better content and more content. So and we'll be all over this place. Our season, win or loss, we come on, we're going to record. I think we're going to try to do at least one. We'll be doing at least one episode a week, sometimes two. Like this week we did drop two. So, and when the Blazers win, we might even record more. But I don't know how many times we can come on here and say injuries. But we love doing it. It's exciting. We're happy to have this community here at the Wake Up RipCity podcast. All right, Gliss, we'll be back next week. The Blazers' schedule does get a little easier, I guess. Tough game against Golden State on Sunday, and then they take on the Kings twice in a row next week as well. So at least there's a lot of rest and time off to get people back. We'll see if it actually happens. But this has been the Wake Up RipCity podcast. We'll see you next time.